Welcome to Denglisch Docs. Idioms. Some of you may already know what idioms are. For others, an idiom is a common phrase or an expression that means something totally different from its literal meaning. But it can be easily understood because of its popular use. For instance, if you say, "It's raining cats and dogs," you don't literally mean that cats and dogs are falling from the sky. You mean it's raining hard outside. Today, we'll talk about the idioms that we use in English to express frustration. When you're annoyed or tired of something that you've been experiencing too much of, you can say, "I'm fed up." For example, if your train is always late, you could say, "I'm fed up with all these delays." Or, if you have a whiny friend, you might say, "I'm really fed up with all your whining about your job." To whine means to complain in a continuous and annoying way. When you can no longer deal with something because you're out of patience, you can say, "I can't take it anymore." For instance, if your friend kept playing the same song over and over for hours on end, you might scream, "Will you stop playing that song? I can't take it anymore." Similarly, you could say, "I've had it up to here." When we use this expression, we often hold up a hand near our neck or our head to indicate where here is. When you're frustrated because someone is getting on your nerves, you could say, "They rub you the wrong way." For example, when talking about the new guy your friend is dating, you could say, "I don't like this dude. He rubs me the wrong way." If your friend is always late and now he's running late again, you might say, "Will you hurry up for goodness sake?" Or, "For Pete's sake, hurry up." We say "for Pete's sake," "for heaven's sake," or "for goodness sake" to express annoyance or exasperation. Exasperation is a feeling of intense irritation. For instance, she rolled her eyes in exasperation. To express disbelief and despair, you could say, "I'm throwing my hands up," or "I'm throwing my arms up." We use these expressions when we've reached a level of frustration when we're ready to just give up. Say you just finished washing or waxing your car and a kid rode by on a bike and splashed mud all over it. You might yell, "That's it, I'm throwing my hands up." To express irritation or impatience, in addition to saying, "This is ridiculous," or "I've had enough," you could say, "For crying out loud." Let's say your spouse keeps nagging you to take out the garbage while you're watching the Super Bowl. You might jump out of your seat and shout, "For crying out loud, the garbage can wait," before huffing and puffing into the kitchen to get the garbage. To huff and puff means to breathe in a heavy and loud way to show that you are annoyed or angry. When you want to express that you've reached the limit of your patience, you could say, "That does it." Let's say someone keeps stealing roses from your garden. You might say, "That does it. I'm buying a security camera." Another way to say that same thing is to say, "I'm at my wit's end." When you feel like you're about to lose control or lose your mind because of frustration, you could say, "I'm climbing the walls." For example, you could say, "I was about to climb the walls during the COVID-19 quarantine." To let a friend know that you're frustrated because of something they're saying or doing, you could say, "You're tripping." When people's significant others accuses them of cheating, even though they've been faithful, they might say, "Babe, you're tripping right now." Or, if a friend is trying to get into an argument with you, you could say, "Come on, man, stop tripping." That's it for today. The next time you're fed up or want to throw your hands up, before you fly off the handle, try using some of these common phrases to blow off some steam. Thanks for tuning in to Denglisch Docs.
Like that.